And we are live. And like our usual, we're officially 1 minute early or something like that.
This is how we do it.
Yes, because we want to make sure that we are on air before our first people join in. That way they don't feel that they're missing anything.
That is very true.
Because they really aren't missing anything right now anyway.
Just the beginnings of our stupidity.
Yes, and there will be stupid tonight. As there is every night.
We're punchy.
Absolutely.
We're punchy. We're very punchy right
now. Our first person. Hello, whoever you are.
But yes.
The evil eye has a number 1 attached to it.
It's Gabby.
Yay, Gabby.
Yeah, no, I do like how our view counter does kind of look like the Eye of Sauron.
It does kind of look like the eye on. I mean, it's either that or the CBS eye, if they still use that icon.
Oh God, am I too young for that?
You might be. Actually,
CBS is not.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of like the old, a little bit. I mean, it's not totally because that was actually a full.
Well, also
circle.
we weren't really a CBS house.
No.
We weren't really a national news house.
No, we weren't really I mean, I don't know about you. I don't really watch much TV anyway, so. So Gabby's already adding comments.
Yeah.
Hey. Right now, there's all one of you watching us. Yay!
Well, hey, Bay has seen us when we're punchy. Gabby knows what we're like.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to impress Gabby.
So. I would definitely say so. But hi, all the same, as we're not trying to impress you.
Are you coming to the fair? You should come to the fair.
Gabby will actually watch the reruns of this. They'll see this beginning banter. They're going to go, "What the hell was up with them?"
So much, not enough.
Sorry we missed last month, but June was a busy mess.
Well, I mean, so's this month. We barely had a day to do it this month either. When we were trying to figure out the scheduling.
Yeah, I mean, this is normally the time that we do it.
But we almost, because we thought we got some wires crossed.
Hey, Gabby, you want a reading? So there's only one of you.
Oh, God.
You're still the only one on right now. And for our normal 10, well, I mean, we'll do the diatribe once we actually get a decent number of people on here. We only have 2 people signed up tonight.
That's true. That's very true. Oh, that's really...
I mean, it's the summertime. So the thing is, because my summertime schedule of classes has not gone very well. In the fact of I've had 2 of them canceled because literally nobody came. No one signed up. No one bought a ticket.
Summer is not psychic season?
Not really.
It just is for us because we're fair people.
I guess.
Gabby, it's this weekend and next weekend. I think Mom home. Somebody just came in. Hi, Michelle! Oh, look, more people are coming in.
Michelle's at the fair right now.
No, not Michelle. Melissa.
Oh, Melissa. Oh, okay.
Chicken fried quilt.
Melissa Chicken Fried Quilt.
Yeah, that's her booth. She's
yes.
She's chicken fried. She fries her chicken. Oh, hey, there's Chels. Yo.
Hey, we're getting some people now. Yay.
Oh, yeah, Michelle's leaving early.
Oh, we lost one. We were at 4. Now we're down to 3.
It's fine.
Someone got on by mistake. They go, "Oh my God, I've done the wrong thing here. I should be on the Home Shopping Network."
Oh, sure, Donna, if you'd like. It's okay, Chels. There actually wasn't one last month.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. We had too much going on here.
Here, we've had somebody ask for, so we put Donna on the list here.
Yes, we can definitely put Donna. We can make her the first one, actually, if we want to do that.
Sure, why not?
Okay. We still got some slots available to the 3 of you that are watching us. Actually, we got more people making comments than anything else.
Yes, you did, Gabs. Shall we?
I want to get out of Vermont before the big rain starts in the morning. More big rain
I was gonna say
in Vermont, maybe. I mean, it's supposed to rain here, but not till like tomorrow night.
and Acton is waffling on tomorrow's rain.
Oh, really?
It keeps
Well, that's a good thing.
it keeps going up and down and up and down, and now we're at 40% right now.
Well, it never really was that high in the first place because it was chance of thunderstorms, which may or may not ever show up because that's how they kind of are.
But let's kick this off. So yeah, let's start with the Donna here. Welcome. I can't remember if we've read you before on one of these live streams or not. Oh, Michelle says Vermont's expecting more flooding. That's not good.
Ooh, no. Yeah, because they haven't recovered from the last batch, and any rain right now is just a mess.
There's Angela.
Hello, Angela.
Yes, so Donna would like a quick reading before she goes to her mother's funeral this weekend.
So we will definitely do that for you, Donna. We will break our rules a little bit here and let you go first before we get to our other people who have already signed up. So for those of you who are watching us right now, you have probably heard this litany before, but the thing is, we are here to do tarot card readings tonight. It's a 3-card reading.
And we're here to sing songs of old.
Oh God,
and songs of
that's mischief managed.
So old.
Stop it! God, what's with you?
Sorry, that's the litany that popped into my brain.
I'll grant you, we were doing that litany for what, 12 years?
15?
And you got so used to it at Ren fairs. Oy, ay, ay. So, now you broke my train of thought.
So we're doing readings.
We're doing tarot card readings, 3-card readings. You have your choice of the Lord Fafnir, or you have the choice of Spawn. Well, we both talk about things anyway, but things if you have a point person that you would like to basically ask for, just say so better than I just tried to say, apparently. Thank you up there in the peanut gallery.
Don't know if y'all can hear Mom, but she's also making fun of him.
Yes, everyone makes fun of me. I'm just so, Angela also makes lots of fun of me when we're on stage because I get to play dragon for her again this weekend, and I'm just like such a poor put upon dragon. Anyway, the tarot cards we have, as always, both of us are armed with our Dragon Tarot. Red also has her Swiss 11J deck, which we refer to as Dark Shadows deck because it was used in the old TV show from the 60s. And I happen to have my relationship themed deck called the Tarot of Sexual Magic for anybody who would like to have a relationship reading, but the cards are R-rated. So when it is your turn, you get to ask a question, or a type of question, I should say, so we can read it. But if you don't have one, that's okay. Just say general reading. Basically put in your request for whatever your question may or may not be. Your request for your reader, primary person, or if you want both of us, just say that. Which deck you would like to be read from, and a number between 1 and 78, because how we do these things is the fact that we normally, when we do these live with people in front of us, we give them the deck, they shuffle, set their energy. Obviously can't do that on a live stream, but we want you to give us some of your energy. So tarot decks have 78 cards. You pick the number between 1 to 78. We will find that number in the deck, the 10th card, if you say number 10, etc. And that becomes your first of 3 cards. And that's it.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, so Donna wants in general. I think Dragon would probably be good for her for this one.
And her number's 13.
13. We can do that.
All right, we will start off. I will pull out my Dragon deck.
And also, sorry everyone, no sound guy tonight. Sound guy is at a gig now.
Yeah, he's got other things going on right now, so we will have to deal without his.
We will soldier on
humor,
without him.
Humor, something like that. So, are the 4 people on here, or the 5 people on here, are they the only ones getting readings tonight? Because after Donna, we've got Angela, we've got Gabby, and we have Barbara and Joyce, who sent a request for a reading.
I have seen everyone except Barbara in the comments so far.
Well, she's a new person, so she may or may not show up. But
yes.
If anybody else would like to chime in, if not, this will be a short night.
Oh, I love Gabby. How rude. Yeah, Michelle. I actually love where he's at for his gig right now. Because he's at the Connecticut River Museum, and I went there with him last year when they played it. It's a really pretty little museum. Oh, and Barbara actually is here.
Excellent.
Hello, Barbara. So yep. All right. So are you ready?
I'm ready. Flip the camera over to the cards, and we will show the cards for Donna's reading tonight.
We shall flip.
All right. As you probably remember, we read cards which are upside down, the inverted cards. What we have here is the first one. We have the inverted Queen of Swords. Also in, actually, what am I saying? All three of them double as astrology. We'll go over that in a second. So we have the inverted Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Coins. And then we have the King of Wands. So element-wise, we have swords for air, coins for earth, wands for fire, and all three double as zodiacs: Aquarius, Virgo, and Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Donna didn't have a specific question, correct?
No, but it was more to do with general, but more in the direction of Mother's funeral this weekend.
Yeah. I want to turn this around. I want you to see the picture.
This is bad change.
This is the angry dragon. This actually is the angriest dragon in this deck. We were sometimes referred to her as the Vulture Queen because she's got the glowing red eye. She's circling the limb of the dead tree here. This is not a happy dragon. This is kind of an angry dragon. And there are things that have to be worked through.
Well, that's a subtle way of putting it.
I was going to say, if you want to be less subtle, go ahead and say something.
I mean, I feel like this is an excellent metaphor for the grieving process.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the first two really kind of are. The second one here, I was going to say, I wonder if the zodiac signs have any relevance to Barbara. Second one here, he says a volcano in the background that has gone full Mount Vesuvius here. That used to be the home of that poor green dragon. And so now he's basically, getting away from it. Because after all, as strong as dragons are, even they can't fight exploding volcanoes. And even though dragons can breathe fire, again, I think the volcano fire is a bit much even for them to handle. So logic basically says, get the hell away. Sometimes this can refer to more fear and panic.
Excuse me.
But as you see here, the dragon has actually flown into the forest because that forest is toast, figuratively and literally. Eventually, the lava is going to come there, and everything in that forest is going to get wiped out. So rather than the dragon just flying away and saving himself and, every dragon for himself, so to speak, he's actually flying into the forest to basically wake up all the creatures and alert them, saying, everybody, get up, get out. You stay here, you're dead. And the broken eggshells at the bottom of the card kind of symbolize that the dragon actually saved lives. So combination of this one, the angry dragon trying to work through things here, and this one kind of going, all right, this is one of the references to the fact, have you heard the phrase of, when life throws you lemons, make lemonade? You're basically given in a no-win situation. It just absolutely, it sucks. There's nothing you can do about it. So save yourself, absolutely, but in the process, try to actually save somebody else too. It doesn't necessarily, in this case, it's a metaphor, but the idea is that you've got things to work through, but not to be blunt here, but it ain't all about you.
Uh-huh.
There are other things going on, and it's important for you to recognize and kind of get back into that kind of community game here, because there's a lot of value for the things that you can pull through. And then we wind up the finale card, the Aries card, the King of Wands.
Got to build that energy back up.
That's for sure. First of the signs, and of course, sometimes you say Aries can be strong leader, strong innovator. Also can be one who's a bit full of himself, whatever.
What?
Um,
No, not a fire sign.
well, not a
Surely
fire sign, of
not.
course not. Well, I mean, the thing is, if it was more the Emperor card, I might say more about that. But this actually is the King of Wands you see here. The dragon here, who actually is kind of like flying over the city here and kind of making sure that, this is his domain, making sure everything is there and things are getting back to task. As you can see there, it's a nice little settlement there. He's flying over there. He's wearing his little anchor on his shoulder, or his neck rather, and he's kind of going my town. But yeah, it really is kind of getting your energy back and basically having you get back into more of that kind of
It's almost getting back into the sense
into
of
the swing of things.
normalcy.
Yeah.
Because also bearing in mind grief is a journey, and you are gonna be on it for basically the rest of your life. Like, societally, we view grief in a very weird way, where we give people a very short, allotted, prescribed amount of time to grieve, and then they're like, okay, no, now you're done, now that's all over, now you go back to normal. And no, that's not really how that works. It's getting a new sense of normalcy, a new routine, a new, like, figuring out how to operate in a world without the person that you've lost.
Excuse me.
Yeah, right there.
It's a good progression in the fact of is that I would say, being that you're kind of like your nastiest, angriest card first.
Oh yes,
That's
no,
a good thing.
definitely
If this was the last card, I'd be like going, okay, so the grief's going to linger and kind of like basically potentially cause longer term damage for you.
right.
So that is what we have. If you have any last minute questions, please type them in. Marianne, I see you in the comment section. If you would like to officially have a reading, let us know. We will put you on the list. We actually have some space left. And yes, we can do a love reading for you.
That all makes sense. It's been a long, tough time since she passed, and it definitely started with fierce anger, then sending each other away, but we're now coming back. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It is a process. It is a journey.
Absolutely. All right.
So try not to be judgmental too much of yourself while you're on it.
Absolutely.
And yep, Marianne would like to be on the
Okay,
list.
so we'll put Marianne on here. We still have a few left over if anybody else would like to have a reading as well. Barbara and Angela, you two are up next. So have you waiting in the wings? Because you said you saw a comment. Barbara was already here.
Yes.
Okay. So Barbara, we will have you, and then we will have Angela after that.
And oh, hi Melissa. How's the fair? How are the fairgrounds? Yeah, Chelsea, you're on the list. And Melissa would like to be on the list.
Melissa, I got it. Okay, so Barbara, we need your question, your number. Who do you want to read you, or take the prime?
Yep.
And what deck you would like to be read from?
What, Melissa?
She's exhausted.
Is set up hard.
Excuse me. Yeah, we've all been through this time and time again. So yes, we will have our exhaustion tomorrow night after we have all of our crap set up.
Yep. Yes. I believe we have space for. I think that's Janine.
Janine.
Yep.
I presume that Janine's already watching us.
Yes, they just commented, and apparently are also a friend of Angela's. Melissa, why did you get up at 3? Why was that a choice you made?
1, 2, 3.
So yeah, Barbara, we have the Dragon deck, the Dark Shadows deck, the Sexual Magic Tarot deck. If you want us to choose the deck for you, we typically will choose either the Dragon or the Dark Shadows deck, but we do need a number from you 1 to 78, and let us know if you have a question or if you want just a general read.
And we will
already
give Barbara a minute or two. Oh, do we have our first troll?
Yep.
Ifo Baba Waba, Baba Louie, Baba 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 Baba.
Balabwa bidoo 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 bidoo. Well, Melissa. Okay, fine. Yes, pets are a good excuse.
All right, so did I ever show these, by the way?
Nope.
All right.
Well, you can do them now.
We're using Red's Dragon deck now because, after all, we already had mine.
Yes, so we
Oh, I'm going to make sure that we are going to put mine far from yours.
Yes.
So that we don't have a repeat of what we did, 2 streams ago?
Yep. That was very...
Yeah, I wound up doing a reading
talented.
At a parting about a week later, and I literally got 2 Ace of Swords in the reading, and I kind of went,
oops.
Uh-oh. And I had 3 or 4 cards of your deck somehow gotten into mine.
Yep. And I was just like, cool, I guess I'll come get those.
Hello, Maya. How are you this evening?
He counts them so fast.
All right. And did Barbara have a question?
It doesn't look like it now.
All right. Uh-huh.
You are going to want to center those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. To my hair is where the camera is. I have to get used to the position of the camera every time. Okay, I think we're good.
Okie dokie.
Flip-de flip. Oh, not quite. Well, I tried. All right, so, wow. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords regular, the upside down High Priestess number 2, and the Page of Swords, which also doubles as Gemini. I was unsure if Gemini is part of your thing here. Turn this over so you can see the picture. High Priestess actually carries no specific elemental purpose.
Is this the story of how we learned how to accept help?
Yeah, I do believe it is. Why don't you tell that story? Because, oh my God, it's...
Well,
yeah,
that's
I was going to say,
little...
you and I saw the same thing.
It's like, oh, look, what a lovely little story that is.
Again, much better that this one's your first and not
exactly.
the last.
So here, point to that one again there. So, on this card, not sure if you can quite see it, but the dragon there is holding 3 swords with 1 sword still sort of looming over its head there. And this is symbolically this dragon being like, I got it, oh, maybe I don't got it. But I'm going to pretend like I got it.
I ain't got it.
Yeah. And
multitasking, it sucks. Short term, yeah. Long term, no.
So yes, many humans are bad at this. Many of us are bad at asking for help. Moving to the High Priestess, though, seeing that as inverted, is suggesting to me also that us not being able to reach out to other people was getting in the way of other things that we were trying to pursue. Things were starting to bleed into other aspects of our life. But the Page of Swords being there as it is, the dragon is finally free, can finally spread the wings and fly. And yeah, there's only really one way in this progression for that to be a thing, which is finally overcoming that hump and reaching out to others and accepting help from them.
And by doing so, this one, the free flying dragon, is like the dragon has just had his chains broken or a weight lifted from him. He's like going, wee! Yep. And it's just like, wow. It's amazing the things you can accomplish when you're actually getting help.
Right?
What do they say? The phrase, many hands make light work?
Yes.
And I'll grant you, that's, as most expressions go, it doesn't apply 100% of the time. But it applies enough of the times.
Right. And also realistically, our society has very mixed messaging on that front.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Because, many hands makes light work, but also pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Well, the one I grew up with was if you want a job done right, do it yourself.
Right?
We're taught that in school, essentially. Actually, was a commercial jingle.
Barbara is wondering about potential timeline.
Timeline. Well, it's funny because Gemini. The next time Gemini comes around will be next year. We just had Gemini.
I was going to say, yeah, we just did that. It was just Gemini time.
Well, actually, I mean, we are about to head into your birth month. We are almost into Leo. The last few days of Cancer.
It's almost my season.
It's almost. It's the time of the season. Oh boy.
You take care of your elderly dad because you're the best one to do it.
Well, I mean, what we can do is draw a clarifier on this one because from a timing perspective, it doesn't really
give you one
here. So
not a super amount. There.
So I'll be damned. Temperance, which also is a doubles as a zodiac. First off, you have the whole concept of temperance, the dragon looking at the picture of his own reflection in the pond there. Temperance is meant for reevaluation as a general rule, but temperance also doubles for the sign of Sagittarius. So we are talking about essentially the end of the year. End of the calendar year.
Yeah.
Basically is, Christmas is a couple of days into Sagittarius and happy New Year, from that perspective.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Capricorn. I got my things flipped. It's a month before. It's Thanksgiving to Christmas is Sagittarius. So basically, basically, whole holiday season. The whole idea is that as Thanksgiving is what actually pretty much is the first couple of days into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius ends just before Christmas. So anyway, we are still talking about close to the end of the year, though. So essentially, roughly 5 months from now.
Yep.
4 to 5 months from now. That's the time frame that this thing is projecting. So I don't know if that helps. I mean, we're going through one hell of a summer anyway.
Yeah.
Global warming is not a thing.
And we also understand on personal level the caring for elderly loved ones and the isolation and tiredness and all that.
Lord, yes. By the way, Maya, I know you're watching, but we actually have a spot left over. If you'd like to have a reading, being a brand new person, obviously you'll have to wait to the end or close to it. But if you'd like to have one versus just watching us do readings for other people, your choice. Feel free.
So
we're going to move on. And thank you, Barbara. Thank you for coming and joining us this evening. Angela, you're up.
Dun, dun, dun.
As I reshuffle your dragon cards.
And don't shuffle any of yours into them.
Correct. Angela wants the Dark Shadows deck. Yeah. Should we play the Dark Shadows theme because she's asking about darkness and chaos, tragedy, and darkness start clearing.
Stop being so Shakespearean, Angela.
I was going to say, has she seen Dark Shadows before?
I don't know. You sign up by telling us you want to sign up, and then we see you and acknowledge you and put you on the list.
Yes, it's that official.
It is.
As opposed to like, yes, we'll email you paperwork.
Yeah.
No. You must give us your social security number, 4 bank accounts, and the name of your firstborn male child.
All right.
Okay, so what was it? 42?
42.
42. You know what that is?
Yes, I do. I think everybody knows what that is.
Are you writing Maya's name down there?
Yes. Well, attempting. There we go.
All right.
No, Wendy, you can keep your kids.
Okay, whenever you are ready. All right, so we have the inverted Five of Cups. We have the inverted Two of Wands. Swords, excuse me. Sometimes it's hard to read these things upside down. And then we have number 21, Le Monde, otherwise known as the world.
Wow, they said exactly what I thought it was going to. That's very funny.
Water, air. I guess you can call the world Earth, even though it's officially not part of the Earth suit.
Yeah, so this... Hey, Angela, the cards said exactly what I thought they were going to say, which is, when are you going to let go of it? Especially with that world. Ooh, that world is a telltale card.
Actually, I misread this. This is not upside down, but even I don't think it really makes that much of a difference, to tell you the truth.
Yes, it is. A little two up there, that's how you tell.
Is that okay? Is that supposed to be the bottom?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Then I did read it right the first time. All right. Sorry about that.
Angela, what I mean is that you so remember how we when we started this, those cups were upside down?
They still are.
Yeah, so why are you trying to pour from an empty cup and expecting any good to come from it? Like, seriously. Why are you not taking care of yourself the way that you need to be and expecting it to have any other results than the one that you are having?
Mainly because as I look at this card, and by the way, this deck is really known for its sort of symmetry, and you have to look really close to the card. And I'll grant you, with this camera, the camera's not focusing 100% perfectly, so some of the details that we can see here maybe being missed by this camera. But if you look at this just real quickly, it looks like this is a nice symmetrical pattern. And generally speaking, it is, by the way. But you look at the finer details and you kind of go, no, it's not. It's not even close, actually, for the finer details. Some of these cards, by the way, with the symmetry, it's just they're off by colors. Sometimes it's the really, really minutiae designs. The major designs are symmetrical. The really minor designs are not. The ones in here, these little vines here, which I would kind of go, I wouldn't call them minutiae, but I would call them, okay, smaller than the big cups, smaller than the red leaves. But if you look at the blue leaves here and these vines here, they're not even close to being symmetrical. The berries are off. The number of leaves are different from side to side, and it's just like it doesn't fit. It doesn't work. And the thing is that mainly it's because, as humans, we love to have our perfect situation. We hate imperfections. But the idea is that the perfect situation that we really want is never going to be there.
Nope.
And we have to basically look at the imperfections of what we got there, kind of go, you know what? We're about 80% there. And kind of go, well, damn it, maybe I can make it 85. Well, maybe you can. Are you going to get 99%? No. Stop trying. That's wasted energy right there. Sometimes you have to kind of like, this is nothing more than a variation of the serenity prayer.
Yep.
The courage to change that you can, the serenity to accept the things you can't, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. And Angela, I do believe that in some regards, there you sit.
Yep. Especially what with your most recent, not for nothing, when Mother was horribly ill last year, she was not allowed to come to fair because she needed to take care of her physical body. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, cough, cough.
She can't hear you, by the way.
Oh no, that was for Angela.
Oh, okay. Well, because actually, when you get right down to it, if truth be told, she was going to try to come to fair until the rest of us said
No, because we would not be able to take care of her when something bad happened. It wasn't
And
an
it wasn't
if.
an if, it was going to be a when.
Yes.
I mean, you know, the fact of is that last year we had the 90 plus, almost 100-degree heat all 4 days of the fair. Those of us who were 100% healthy had a hard time getting through it.
And like Angela, I understand what you're saying about the financial stuff, but let me just throw you another fun curveball here on that front. Because believe me, I understand financial necessity and everything, but is this going to hurt you more financially in the long run if you don't take care of yourself properly and make an injury worse? Which I don't know the answer to that. You may not, but food for thought.
Well, I mean, it's the variation of the phrase "penny wise, pound foolish." Short-term victory, or like winning the battle but losing the war concept.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'll grant you, your medical situation with your knee is more unknown than known, which is kind of frightening in some regards.
Oh yeah, it's great when you have no clue what's going on. That one, that's always fun. But okay, so moving forward here.
So we got the upside down 2 of swords here. And that one, that one actually, if you look at that one and look at the various imperfections on that one actually makes a lot more sense from a symmetrical perspective. Again, it's not 100%, but it's a hell of a lot closer.
You are trying really hard to turn over a mental new leaf, but you are having an incredibly hard time with that.
Mm-hmm.
For a myriad of reasons, some of which we've just discussed. But if you're pouring from an emotional empty cup and you're trying to turn over a mental new leaf, this is one of those things where the head and the heart have to be on the same page. If your emotions are not coming with you as you're trying to turn over this new leaf, it's not going to happen. And I'm pretty sure, based on what I'm seeing, that that's what's happening. Is you're trying to logic yourself into a better place. And God, wouldn't that be lovely if that actually worked?
Mm-hmm. But then again, since her original question was about, is all the darkness, the tragedy, the confusion, et cetera, is it going to be ending? I don't want to say it's going to be ending, but it's going to essentially morph.
Yes.
It's going to evolve. It's going to evolve in something which is not going to necessarily be as ridiculously painful, disruptive, etc. To you. Is it the way you want things to be?
Maybe not.
Probably not. Are these things something that you could actually find your new norm? Yeah. Because that's what the world is. The world isn't even trying to be symmetrical.
Nope. Because it's not. It never will be.
It never will be. So the thing is, you've got the bull on the one side, the line on the other.
But also, especially in this particular lineup, the world is also a bit of a warning to you. Stop putting it on your shoulders. Because, Angela, you're a very kind-hearted person. And you absolutely will pour from empty cups and you will take other people's stuff on. And I think part of that is maybe because you're a little bit like me, and sometimes I take other people's stuff on as a distraction from my own. I'm really excellent in other people's crises, very good at helping them through theirs. But if you do that and you continue to take on everybody else's stuff, you are never going to move forward in your own life. You're not going to do that. So this is a warning to you, not saying you can never help anybody that you love with, but it is about that fine balance which you don't have.
Also, 21, 2 and 1, 3. Number of love. And also the fact of this is the last card in the deck.
Oh, here, I gotta show this. Tawny's comment is on point. The world is a vampire. It takes and takes and takes. Love it.
It is a better progression, though. It doesn't show you going backwards. It doesn't show you as things getting worse.
Yeah, no, and that is what I like about this, but this is why when I initially saw this, I countered your question with a question, because ultimately we can't answer this question, because it's one of those, when are you going to let go of all of it? Because also, it's familiar, and humans are clingy, and we would rather stay in a cage that's familiar to us than leave it and discover the potential unknown, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent.
Because humans hate the unknown more than they fear the unknown more than anything else.
We sure do. So the if and the when is entirely, that ball is in your court. Anything else to add there?
No, I think that's actually. Hello, Kat. I heard you whining a little while ago.
Oh, see, that's a good point. That's a good point, Melissa. Here, that's why I stayed with my ex so long. It was shit, but it was known shit. Same.
I like that, the known shit. Then beyond a certain point.
Yes, no, it is a definite positive trend forward.
Oh, yeah.
Just also that positive trend is contingent on you bearing certain things in mind.
Mm-hmm. All right, so next up is Gabby.
Gabby. Hey, y'all.
Gabby and Chelsea are the next two on the list here. And then we have Marianne and Melissa. Marianne's our newbie, or one of our newbies. And Maya's also a newbie later on.
And and Barbara was a newbie tonight too, right?
Yes, Barbara was a newbie as well.
Look at that. Look at us.
Look at us go. Yay.
Are you hiding over there? I heard one of them come down.
Yeah, it was Pandora.
Are you gonna comment on the readings again?
Okay, Gabby wants the dragon deck. My dragon turn, I should say. My dragon deck's turn. 23, and everyone just wants general. No one's had a real specific question yet tonight.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's a good thing.
I mean, Angela did have kind of a question, but it was more of a focusing on certain aspects. What's Chill saying there?
No,
stress is like a big fur coat.
Oh yeah, we have a few people offering help. See, and this is part of why I really love doing this, y'all. Like, I love when y'all kind of offer advice and support and everything in the comments. What a nice little community we got going.
I don't think I want to.
Oh yes, that's right. Oh yes, Kayla, that is right. I am so sorry. Yep, I knew I was missing somebody. Oh well.
Oh, Kayla was on here too?
Yes, I was missing somebody.
That
is my bad.
That's your fault. Exactly.
I couldn't figure it. I was like, there's someone I'm not counting.
Okay. Here's Gabby. Boop. All right. We have 3 different cards. We have the inverted Empress. We had the High Priestess earlier. Now we have the inverted Empress, number 3. We have the Ace of Swords. We got a lot of swords cards tonight.
Everybody's all in their heads.
Well, and the Moon. Pisces as well.
What, Gabby? Are you in a state of change right now? No, not you.
But she's always looking after everybody else, and she just like going, "Don't you worry about me. I'll just sit over here, and you take all my stuff, and I'll give you everything I got, and blah 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 and blah blah." Okay, I'm.
Well, what a Gabby impression that was. Goodness.
Well, I mean, that's the Empress, especially the upside down Empress. You know, the queen that actually not having.
She's Pisces sun and moon. Oh, I love that about your impression. But is he wrong? No.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that this is I'm being deliberately snarky, Gabby, because after all, it's not like
He
I don't
can do that.
Not like I've never met you before. But the thing is, yeah, the Empress is the queen, the dragon queen, who's not even wearing a crown. There's not even a crown in the drawing. It's just not there. But she is holding the baby newborn dragon.
Well, because I've always interpreted this one as a consort more than anything else. Because being a queen or an empress, but being a queen consort, those are two very different things.
Well, those are right. There are very different things. But the idea is that the focus is basically the nurturing aspect.
Yes, hence the consort.
Hence, right, and therefore you're giving your energy, your emotions to others, and hoping that it's repaid. But there's absolutely no guarantee that it's going to be repaid.
No.
That's why I did that little moping thing about it's like Mel Brooks in some of his earlier stand-up comedy routines when he would imitate the old Jewish man. Oh, I'm all right. You've heard those before.
Yes.
Yeah. The Ace of Swords, where the fixated dragon on the sword. We are focused. We are so focused we can't even look behind us. See, there's a rainbow behind us. So, I mean, it's good to be focused, but sometimes there could be a little bit of too much focusing, and therefore you're not quite sure what you might be missing. Just saying.
I mean, we can appreciate that you have a goal, and we can definitely appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like a whole life. Oh yeah. And we totally appreciate that. Just don't miss out on other things. You can still have your eyes on the prize and still have a life also.
Yeah, because actually the moon is actually what kind of does that. I mean, there's many varying interpretations on the moon, let me tell you.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, but I don't necessarily. So there are a lot of people in our society, especially because we've been taught to think that phases are a bad thing because phases are not a permanent state of who you are. And while that may be true, phases are how you learn. Phases are how you grow. That whole thing of it's not a phase, Mom. But even if it is a phase, Mom, this is still an important part of my growth as a human.
Mm-hmm. Get a chance to experience something new. Or in this case, the fact of it's like this is a very restful, peaceful scene.
It is, actually.
I'll grant you, yes, it's temporary. The full moon's only going to be high in the sky for so long. But the thing is,
why not enjoy it?
While it's there, yes, absolutely enjoy it. This is the whole point of like sometimes you're taking, getting a chance to what's the phrase? Stop and smell the roses.
Yes.
You very much appreciate the little things in life, which are really what make all the damn difference.
Yes, and you need that right now, especially. That was part of the statement with the kiddo on the transocean journey. Well, it isn't a phase. Even if it was, it made them happy. See, Melissa, you get it. Phases, even if not permanent, are also valid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, think of the various phases that
I went through,
or I went through when I was younger. Yeah. So obviously you weren't around when I went through those phases, but.
No, but God, if I could be a fly on a wall.
I'll tell you about them sometime.
So yeah. Alrighty. So I like this. So far today, we've had all positive trending forwards.
We need that right now. Chelsea.
And that's okay. Actually, let's do Kayla first because she is one of our previously signed up.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yes, that was just my silly brains.
Sorry, Chelsea.
But yes.
Well, I she just put Chelsea just put her comment, so we'll
just come back to it.
We will say that.
Sorry, Chelsea. I had a doe. I had
You would have dope.
Yep.
All right, Kayla, let's get you back in the fold here real quick here.
Excuse me while I just.
Another troll.
Okay. Okay. Are you sure, Kayla? Because I feel bad for.
I feel good. Da, 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 da. While you're getting rid of trolls. Da, 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 da. Bye bye, trolls. Da, 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 da. All right. So,
All right. Have a rock paper scissors off in the comments.
now she says she'll go after.
Okay, cool.
All right, so
then yes.
back
Chels.
to Chelsea. So scroll, put Chelsea's comment back up on the screen so we can
Think
read
it is a money reading. Basically, if I will ever get paid by the damn school that owes me my last 4 paychecks. Jesus! From when they shut down and didn't tell us we were on.
Oh, good God.
Yo! Okay, Chels, we need to have like a FaceTime set or something soon. I need to be updated. I did what?
So they shut down, huh? Okay, we'll do Dragon on this one.
Will the $7,000? Oh boy! If you posted the news article, I honestly just probably didn't see it, because you know how Facebook feeds are just completely messed up now, and they no longer actually show you your friends anymore, and now it's just all ads.
Oh, it's just all crap. It's like going on Facebook is almost pointless. Oh, did someone do rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock?
Yes, that was cute.
Can you do the explanation of rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock? I heard it on Big Bang.
Chelsea, I am missing so much. Okay, we gotta. When I'm not on streaming, we're gonna talk about things.
Oh my God! Look at put the camera on.
Can you center him just slightly a little bit more?
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
All right, so once again,
oh my God, we got the devil for the Catholic school. How fitting.
We got the upside down angriest dragon in the deck
again. Same position, same everything.
And the devil or Capricorn, and this is Aquarius, by the way, but I don't think that's really relevant. And Queen of Cups or Scorpio. So,
Yes.
Are you going to get your money? No,
doesn't really look like
not.
it.
I'll put it this way: not by the chair, their chinny chin chin. If they have anything to say about it, I don't know if there's any legal maneuvering you can do, sue somebody, etc. But basically, they are trying to get away from all the people that they've screwed. They don't care.
Can you sue them? Like, I don't know. Do all the teachers in the school count as class? Is that a class action then, I don't know how this works. But is there legal action you can take?
Yeah, I'm hoping there is some kind of legal action you can take here.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that right now. What?
Yeah, that's BS. You can file a lien on the property, and that you probably should do that. If they still own the piece of land, file a lien. Then they will not be able to sell it until they've actually sold their debt with you. That's how a lien works.
You and all the teachers they owe should do that.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, like I just said, I don't know how this actually works.
Oh, believe me, since I've spent a decent part of my career in the environmental thing about dealing with property transfers, and the thing is that sometimes you get involved where contractors don't get paid. And when it's involved, when there's a property, we have been known to, and we've actually encouraged some of our subcontractors, whatever, to basically put liens on our client's property, because that means that it's frozen. Not that it changes the property value or anything like that, but the idea is that it's now attached.
No, they can't do anything with it.
Because you literally file it with the court, and therefore any kind of deed search, it'll pop up. And therefore, if they try to sell the property, they're not selling a clean deed.
Pandora also thinks this is bullshit. I don't know if you can hear that, but Pandora is voicing her displeasure.
So basically, it's like in the combination of you being angry for the Queen of Swords. This is a real easy reading, by the way.
Yes, it is.
The devil. Let's just there's your former boss.
Well, I enjoy that for the religious school.
Yes.
I just find that
And then
amusing.
Scorpio, the stereotypically most emotionally crazy of the three water signs, which means for you, Chelsea, it means it's okay to yell, it's okay to get pissed, it's okay to let your emotions out, and like going.
And that's also the card telling me that they're not going to do anything if they can get away with not doing anything, because this is the card of if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So this is also, in that way, I'm sort of reading it as if you want the money, you're going to basically have to shake it out of their pockets.
Right. You're going to have to do right. They're not going to give it to you. You're going to have to basically make them. And like I said, one of the easiest ways legally is to basically file a lien on their property. And then...
my God.
I think everybody should flee those states. It's just like, come on.
I am so sorry that you are in this position, Chelsea.
Yeah.
God.
That's horrible.
It is. So, like, is this how you're gonna finally come back home? Is this how we get you back finally? I was gonna say, which deck did those come from?
I'm just gonna make sure before I start putting them back here.
Oh no, we've forgotten which deck we were using.
Well, if I see any one of these cards, I think these are already yours. But keep talking while I do this.
Oh, so that you can afford to move. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm about to just like get a van and drive down there myself and just be like, come on, here we go. We're leaving. Goodbye.
No, here's the devil of my deck. So
no, Michelle, apparently she is doing a GoFundMe. I just missed it. I just missed everything. Oh, Chelsea is wondering, is there a timeline of recovery at all? Want me to flip it back real quick?
Or actually, I can just do this. That was the next card that came up there. The Nine of Swords. No, unfortunately, it's like you're kind of in the clouds a little bit. Making progress. But if I go by the number, 9 months. Yeah.
Oh, see, I like that we're getting a team together. I was like, and Gabby's going to drive the van. Cool. So, all right. So how many of us are all getting together for a Rescue Chels road trip? Are we all... Is this what we're all doing now?
How about I put a contract out on the people that actually screwed her financially?
What, you're going to order a hit? NSA agent, hey, NSA agent watching this, that is a joke for legal reasons.
As if any of us actually had enough money for a contract hit. My God. He'd want more than $7,000 to go kill those people.
I don't know us Renfair folk. We're resourceful.
Ooh.
I mean, look at everything that we've been doing for our Vermont folks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Gabby, oh my God.
You make him an offer you can't refuse. This is where we need to get Luca Brasi.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought, Michelle.
Yeah, unfortunately, we ain't got no lawyers in this family.
No.
I play with enough of them, but the thing is, I don't. I know some of the tactics they use, but yeah, legally, I ain't no lawyer.
Okay, so then now, okay, Kayla.
Now we are up to Kayla. Yay! Back on track. Kayla and then Marianne.
I got family in Providence. They work for the city. Wink, wink.
Ouch.
Okay, so Kayla, the way that we typically do our draws is we have a couple of different decks to choose from. So we have the Dragon deck, which you just saw. We have the Dark Shadows deck. We also have the Sexual Magic Tarot deck. Basically, if you're looking, so basically you pick one of those decks, whichever one you feel is called more to you, then you pick either which one you want of us to do the reading, or if you want both, and then a number from 1 to 78 so that we know where to start in the deck.
Right. Now, since she's asking for general guidance, I would say probably the relationship deck is out.
Probably, yes.
So we're down to a dragon deck or the Swiss 1/1J. Either one of those would work.
But yeah, I got it. Sorry, Shells. That is some.
That's a mess. That is just so much of a mess.
And this is another reason why I'm like, ooh, see, working at a private school would make me very nervous.
Okay, Dragons
42. 42. Everybody likes 42. We're doing. There's a trend this evening.
People like Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah, well, they're smart.
By the way, did I tell you we saw the new Indiana Jones film?
Did you like
Quick
it?
little commercial. Yeah, it's good. Nice way to end the series.
Do you still want to come see Barbie with me?
Oh, definitely.
Because I actually, I was reading up because for those of y'all that don't know, I am totally supporting those striking, the SAG and the WGA strike away. Broadway might be starting to strike too. So like, yes, get those health benefits and higher pay, all that. But I was curious as if going to see a movie in theaters is crossing a picket line. And apparently it is not, because they have not called for any kind of boycotts yet. And actually it will prove to them that we like movies and movies, TV, all that are actually written and made by humans and not AI.
Well, case in point, the fact of I told you about, we actually saw the new Jennifer Lawrence film over the weekend when my mother and my sister were up here. No Hard Feelings was called. Romantic comedy. No AI, no special effects, just actors doing their stuff. Just people and scenes and dialogue. And it was really kind of cool.
But so, shall I flip?
Hang on. Who's Tarot Destroyer?
They're on YouTube. I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. All right. So Kayla basically said the general guidance. She's having a hard time. And she thinks it's impeding her ability to hear her guardians over that nasty little voice in her head.
Look, three majors. That's kind of impressive in a 3-card pull.
This is the third time we've had this 3 majors, and all signs again. We've got the reverse Devil. We just had that in the last reading. Capricorn, Justice or Libra, and Chariot or Cancer. And on top of that is the fact of not only that, if these were suit cards, they'd be 3 kings. King of Earth, King of Air, King of Water.
What haven't we gotten rid of yet that we need to get rid of? Because that's why the Devil is here. I love the Devil.
Well, I think also the Devil's the fact of is that she's confused.
Well, yeah, but also with the Devil having been inverted, there's confusion, but there's also whatever the thing is that you need to let go of. You have not done that.
The Devil's trying to help you clear your house.
But you could be, but the confusion could be is what is the thing she needs to let go of?
Well, let's just look a little deeper at this, shall we? Am I being a little melodramatic?
You never.
Me, I never am melodramatic.
No, not at all.
No, of course not.
So,
all right. So we hope we have The King of Air, Justice, Libra, and the King of Water, Chariot, Cancer, concept here,
Heart and mind.
heart and mind. So this essentially is where the clarification essentially is, okay, it's going to have to come from within. And of course, now that sounds really kind of silly because I think she already knew that. But the idea is that really, she says that she can't hear her guardians because those nasty little voices in her own head.
I think your heart and your mind are arguing.
Yeah, that's what it really comes down to. And the fact of it is that who's really in control here? Now, I'll agree
neither of them, and they're both mad about it.
Well, the thing is, this is one of the things that, again, as humans, we do this an awful lot. We think without feeling. We feel without thinking.
And then sometimes my favorite part is when you think without thinking and feel without feeling.
Well, that's a you problem.
That's actually
that's actually a most people problem.
Because you want to know what I've actually started asking people in readings, and they don't like this question because it's very pointed and very call-outy.
What's that?
When was the last time you actually felt a feeling as opposed to intellectualizing it to death?
Good point about that one.
See? People think they're feeling their feelings, but actually they're logicking their feelings, and that doesn't work.
That's when the Three of Swords shows up. Then that's the epitome of that thing. So
I love Kayla. Don't ask me that. All right, Kayla, I'm gonna ask you that because you don't want me to.
Yeah, she doesn't want you to. All right. The idea is that balance. Justice is all about balance, but it's the balance in your head. And the thing is, and the Chariot in the Water card is the search, the looking for something. Emotionally, you think you've got things balanced in your head, but emotionally, you're kind of going, I'm lost. I can't. Maybe you don't know what you're even looking for, but this is the disconnect that you're having here.
And I think the disconnect also is you've forgotten how to listen to yourself. Because, and again, this is another one. I love getting on my societal soapbox, apparently, but this is another one of those societal things that I hate. It's because we're not actually taught how to be emotionally intelligent beings. So when we feel our feelings, it's usually very ugly and messy, and that's why people don't like to do it, and that's why they intellectualize their feelings to death as opposed to feeling them. But if you just sit with yourself and ask yourself what you're feeling without judgment, because that's also a thing, we all judge our own emotions all the time. We are our own worst problems on that front.
Ain't that the truth?
But yes, if you'd actually just sit down and without judgment, ask yourself, what is going on? You may be surprised that you do actually find an answer, and it's probably not going to be the answer you thought it was.
No, and I'll give you a little Star Wars quote, maybe a little out of context, but not really, especially when the inverted devil shows up. To help you clarify, as Yoda said to Anakin, let go of everything you fear to lose.
Okay, Kayla, I see what's happening. So here, let me offer you not some psychic advice, but just some person-to-person advice. I am one of those people that if I am trying to solve a problem, I need to talk through the problem, and I will usually try to find several different people to talk about the problem with, because what I'm looking for is the outside perspectives. How would they approach this? Like, is their approach different from mine? Would it be better than mine? Whatever it may. But it's one of those things where I don't let what they're saying necessarily carry over into what I actually wind up doing. I don't go, oh my God, well, Dad said this, so now I have to just mull this over and pick apart no. And I think you need to sort of where it's people's advice, there is value in people's advice, but there is nothing saying you have to take it or that their advice is even any good. But sometimes the outside perspectives are very helpful.
Well, the thing is, I do believe the Justice card that was in the middle there was actually kind of saying that trust your own thoughts as well. You don't have to constantly reshuffle things because someone else doesn't agree with you.
And I'm struggling with that right now because like, and here I'm gonna say a thing to you that my therapist said to me this last week that's been making me go, huh, 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 huh. So I have been doing a lot of work on myself, both mentally, emotionally, but also physically. I am actually in very intensive treatment in Boston right now for my cerebral palsy as an adult, and we're making such amazing progress. But it's very, very, very tiring to work
It sounds like
to do.
hard.
Yeah, it is, especially to work on all of those things at the same time.
Oh yeah.
I am picking apart literally all of me. And I'm getting a lot of pushback from many people in my life. There are people in my life that are sad that I'm not around to hang out as much anymore. Or there are people that are just like, you're different, you've changed, you're this, you're that. And and that's kind of been getting to me because it's just been a lot of feedback like that. And I brought that to my therapist and she went, but you know what that means, right? That probably means you're doing the right thing. You're getting pushback from them because they don't want you to change because we're humans and change is uncomfortable. So if you're getting pushback like that on that scale, you are probably doing the right thing. And so I'm going, oh, because I was like, yeah, I do actually really like the person that I'm turning into. And she was like, and that is literally the only part that matters.
The thing is, other people's advice can be beneficial, but the thing is, here's the bottom line. At the end of the day, you're the only person who has to live inside yourself.
At the end of the day, the only person that's going to be stuck with your decisions for the rest of your life
is you. Yes. And therefore, people may basically try to like teach you things and say, hey, I want you to lead the life that I want you to lead. Remember when I used to do that crap to you?
Yeah, and then I think I was like 12 when I was like, hey, Dad, in all seriousness, no.
Right.
And you dropped it.
Oh, I dropped that because I kind of went, because I initially didn't realize what I was doing. Like I went, oh, yeah, okay, back off.
And now look, here we are. See?
Yeah, still gave you the advice when you needed to, for various things, but the thing ultimately let you make your own decisions because after all.
Well, honestly, and
sometimes I kind of go, hey, if I was in your position, I wouldn't make that decision, but I'm not you.
And I've honestly always appreciated that about you because especially when there have been like some things in my life, like with safety concerns with people, it was one of those where you were like, do you need me to step in? And I was like, let me see if I can handle this because like I'm an adult now and I need to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, you let me try. And then I came back to you and was like, okay, tag in.
That didn't work. You tag in.
Ooh, yeah, okay, so I tried. It didn't work. Yep, Dad, do the dad thing. Off you go.
I know what you're thinking, Punk. You think he fires 6 shots or only 5? All this excitement, I kind of lost track of myself.
All right, so sorry, back on topic. But yeah, Caleb, you don't have to pick apart. Based on what other people are saying to you, you do not have to pick yourself apart like that.
Nope. I mean, free will. You can if you want to. No one's going to stop you. But the cards are kind of basically saying, stop that shit.
Trust yourself.
Trust your instincts. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to Marianne. We have Marianne, Melissa, Janine, and Maya.
Melissa, yeah, no, I struggled with that until I think last year was the first time I was actually sort of comfortable being like, okay, I'm an adult now. But yeah, no, for the first few years after I turned 18, it was like, I need an adult. Shit, I am an adult.
Sucks when that's the truth, isn't it?
Relationship deck 14.
We're going to use the red deck for Marianne.
Oh, well, if it isn't Sound Guy. Guess that means your gig's over.
He's on break. Now, did Marianne have a question, or was this more of just...
Nope. Looks like we're doing a more general.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me see if he's a little better here. Oh, she's going to love these cards. Go ahead and flip it. Flip to the camera. There we go. The time of the season is almost here for Leo. We have first off.
It's the time of my season. I love it.
For Leo. Oh, whatever. All right. Anyway, so we have the inverted strength card, which doubles as Leo, which is why we basically just said those silly things about time of the season.
Yep, I am listening. I'm just getting a little more
You need more water
to wet me whistle.
And then we have the Three of Chalices in a rather provocative picture. And then we have the Knave of Swords, also doubling as another astrological sign, that being Gemini again. We've had a lot of Gemini cards pop up tonight.
We have.
So now, since this is the first time this deck has showed up, I will kind of like let people know in advance. This deck is deliberately drawn heterosexually, but it applies for anybody, anyone's relationships, because it's not about actual physical gender. It's about the whole concept of male and female energy, which we all possess. Now, I'll grant you, calling it male and female energy is a bit of a stereotype, but we have to basically stick with some definition somewhere down the line here.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, tarot is only now just sort of catching up with the LGBTQ movement, and there are now actually decks that are being drawn more from a queer standpoint.
Oh, I know.
Which is quite nice.
Oh, my Decameron Tamara has a few of those in there, which is rather interesting.
I have to actually look through that one more.
I've done a couple of readings with that. I'm getting very fond of that deck now. Anyway, if you know anything about lions and how lion stuff works, most of the hunting is actually done by the female, not the male, even though the male kind of like, looks the best and has the famous MGM roar and all that nonsense. But it's the lioness who actually does the bulk of the work. Case in point, that's why this card is deliberately drawn as the lioness, as a human female, bringing down the warthog. You have the power.
And I do love just how absolutely cool, calm, collected her face is. Mm-hmm. She there is no struggle, there is no strain. She knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Now it's upside down, the fact of I don't think that you totally realize that you actually have this power or this ability.
You might not be as serene with it, or even if you do.
Mm-hmm. The idea of these three cards, as you can tell by the fact of, is that the lady and the next two are basically naked in both of them. And the fact of, I am going to go out on a limb and say that, Marianne, you actually, because typically I don't say this, but I believe you are the female in all three cards. Because it comes down to the concept of, well, you're asking a generic relationship thing about, what's coming down the path for you. Part of the coming down for the path for you is that you finally connecting with yourself and actually letting other people know exactly what it is you want and what you need and who you actually are.
Because I'm getting the vibe based off of what I'm looking at that you have not done that very much in the past.
Correct. Absolutely. The fact of is that being the woman to basically bring on the warthog, to basically be the woman of letting herself being fondled and caressed, even though that this is a water card, this is more an emotion aspect. So the thing is, yes, you are definitely into and need the emotions, but you're also someone who actually, as part of your emotional needs that actual physical contact as part of the emotional need. And I understand that. It is what it is. The last one here, I've heard, is the kiss my ass card.
It's true.
Well, I mean, your ass is thrust out there, and the man's about to. The thing is, again, this refers to essentially taking back your own power and your own strength, your own confidence. Really comes down to the fact is that maybe you said that maybe you're having a hard time connecting with actually what you want, or connecting what you want, what you need.
Because also, if this is something that you haven't communicated in the past, are you also entirely aware of all your needs? This is usually the point in time when doing readings like this, when I tell people to date themselves. And you might benefit from that.
If you say guys find you too strong when you communicate your needs,
then you are looking for the wrong men.
yeah, that's a them problem.
That is absolutely, yeah. No. My partner loves when I just straight up tell him what I need. That just it takes the guesswork out of everything.
I do. The thing is, I absolutely
he's
love
just
it
like,
too.
oh, thank God.
I absolutely love it because we realize, that the needs are gonna, on any, let's say we're gonna get involved in a physical session, shall we say? Your needs, what you're looking for from both a physical and emotional connection on, say, Monday, could be very, very different than if we did the same thing on Thursday.
Very much so, especially if you're someone like me where physical disability is thrown in the mix. So we also just have to take stock of like, hey, what can I even handle today?
Mm-hmm.
But there are definitely some days where I'm like, oh yeah, I want it rougher, and some days where I was like, actually, gentler would be lovely. Doing those check-ins constantly to make sure that we're on the same page is how we always have a good time.
Right. The thing is, according to especially this one here, when this one pops up, basically, Marianne, this refers to me, it tells me the fact that you're a person who actually you need to have that mutual, emotional, physical connection. Some people are okay with the emotional and then the physical goes away, and others are more like, let's get the physical stuff forward and emotional, blah, blah, blah. No, you're really someone who needs to have the two combined. I totally get that because that's how I am.
Yeah. Same.
And, but the thing is, and of course, you say you're with guys who who don't like it when you're strong. That's because they want to have someone they can control. And if you want to be controlled, if you want to give up a part of your free will, no one's going to stop you. But I don't recommend that.
And well, I mean, we could get into that whole BDSM thing, but again, that's all consensual.
Right. I mean, this is more of a metaphor than anything else. But the idea is that do not apologize for your own strength. Do not apologize for your own needs. Do not apologize for the fact is that if you want to share your needs with somebody else, that's communication is key in any kind of relationship. If you want to have any kind of long-term relationship commitment, whether it's actual romantic or not, you got to bloody communicate. Or else eventually it's going to fall apart.
Don't make yourself smaller for the sake of someone else's masculinity. Because also that's just not good actual masculinity.
So now Marianne's asking, so when do we see a relationship coming in for her? A relationship or like a good one?
I was going to say, let's see if there's a good one.
Well, because obviously there's the thing about what are you looking for? Are you looking for like the next hookup, or you're actually looking for
that?
That. Okay. Oh, we will crown the middle card with this one. This is okay. So this is the King of Pentacles. So this is the King of the Earth and doubles for the sign of Capricorn. So actually it answers two questions. You basically said you want to know a time frame. Time frame is Capricorn. So that's roughly 5 months from now. Possibly 6, depending upon, because Capricorn ends about 6 months from now.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, hey, maybe a Christmas fling. Because that's when Capricorn starts, or Happy New Year.
And this is one of my favorite cards in this particular deck, mostly because it reminds me of me and Sound Guy, my partner, because this is very much, there's that playfulness. Because for what's also very important to me in a relationship in terms of that emotional connection is we need to be able to be silly together.
Absolutely.
And this is absolutely a card of just two lovers having a silly little moment. Yeah. And it's so sweet.
I'm going to get you. Peekaboo. I see you. When I get you, what's going to happen to you? Blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, the gameplay, also because it's the King of the Earth. And the thing is, I love the way this is drawn because standard King of the Earth, standard Capricorn, my way or the highway. Not all of these cards are nice.
No.
There are plenty of cards in this deck which shows a relationship going not very well. And so stereotypically, you would think the King of Earth would be kind of a dick. And yet he's drawn here as being yes, he's king, but he's playing with his consort.
He's a good king.
He's a good king. So the thing is, he's actually breaking the stereotypical rules, and and still understands how to be king, but also now how to like have fun and play and actually get down on the level of his partner as he needs to. That's a cool reading.
Yeah, no, I like that for you as something for the future. That is absolutely that is something I shoot for.
Alrighty, so we will pull those away and go back to the main thing here. Malessa is up, and then Janine, and then we will close out with Maya. Hopefully all three of you are still here, and I appreciate your patience.
Ooh, we're doing sex deck again. Melissa.
Oh, really?
Melissa was ready. Mixed signals coming down the line, and I'm hoping this bears fruit. I can't read. I just strip over my tongue. Oh, hey, I totally get the overly cautious courtesy of trauma thing. This is how I almost missed out on Matt.
Number 50, huh? What a mess I'm making.
No, but it's still impressive how fast you do that.
I could have worked at a casino if I wanted to.
You could, especially
with cards. I'm actually
well,
very good
especially with the size of these cards. With the regular playing decks, you'd be amazing.
Oh, there's that cat meowing again. Mixed signals coming down the line.
And while I am hoping this bears fruit, I am overly cautious, courtesy of trauma, and trying to figure out where I stand on my side of this equation, realizing I cannot control others.
Okay.
Bam.
We have the upside down 4 of Wands, the upside down 8 of Wands, and the regular facing 4 of Pentacles.
Well, so, I see your concern very blatantly.
I've seen fire and I've seen earth.
Yep. And I get it. It's always in the back of my head too. Or the front.
I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend.
Marianne, we will answer that question for you once we are done with this one here. But yes, we do have a website and contact info and all that lovely stuff.
Yes, so if you want to hang on for a few minutes, we will give you we'll give you the commercial before we go on to our next reading, right?
Woo.
All right, so these two were inverted. As you would expect, you've got fire in this deck often refers to more lusty energy than anything else. Case in point, here you have one of the more physical cards, man and woman literally going at it. But the thing is, as you can tell by the fact of it's not a water card. There's absolutely, you can see there's everyone's out there wide open in the outdoors. This is definitely more about lust than anything else. Now, so the thing is, Melissa, you're overly conscious, and the things are, you're getting mixed signals. Well, because one of them happens to be this upside down sex, as opposed to right side up sex. But the thing is, the physical aspect is what actually seems to be more predominant. Therefore, where's the emotion? I mean, we just went through this in the last stream, talking about the fact of having the emotional contact with the physical contact, and the fact of is that Marianne definitely needed to have that, and she admitted it in some of her comments. Where are you in this process? And I don't expect you necessarily to answer the question. If you want to, feel free.
I mean, I'm sure that where your trauma stems from. So was it more the physical side of things, or was there more the emotional, mental abuse happening?
Right, exactly. So the thing is that this really kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, is the fact that you've got, you essentially, your first card off the bat is just that whole physical thing here. And, who are you? Are you the lady? Are you the guy? It's kind of who cares. It really doesn't matter in this case.
Oh, damn, Melissa. It was both for me, too. I'm sorry. It's awful to heal from.
So what do you want? And again, I don't expect you to answer that question, because that's what leads to the second card. Still fire suit, still lusty, but yet you've gone from an actual physical contact here to now a little picnic in here. And the fact of is now the man's actually literally feeding the woman, and she's showing him her breasts. As I guess is fair compensation, so he can have some fun too. But again, the idea is that now we'll have a little bit more give and take. See, this one, it looks like these two are kind of like, this is mutual and they're fully into it. You can see he's definitely having fun. You can't really see her face totally, but given the position, probably so. But again, it's just like, where are their hearts in all this?
But
this is a little different.
But my eye was drawn to the third one because especially.
Oh yeah, I'm drawn to the third one too, big time.
Well, because I basically went, oh, and there's the trauma hanging out front and center, attempting to ruin things.
Well, go ahead, since you're on the thing. Take it.
Well, I mean, my God, nobody wants what is happening in this card. I can't on it. Hold on, I have to.
You want a little closer?
Yes.
It's a seduction card, and the thing is that. The thing is she letting him do that, or is she sound asleep and he's just doing it?
And that's the whole thing. You can't tell with this, and herein lies where we both have trauma surrounding that, and so I'm kind of going, yes, there it is, the Grim Reaper just kind of hanging over because I can absolutely see where there are some alarm bells. I can see how, like, if people in our position, some alarm bells might be going off in the first two cards. But it's also one of those things of, like, are these alarm bells that we need to actually listen to and adhere to? Or are these alarm bells that no longer serve a purpose for us now that we are out of the danger situation? And this is the fun part. That's always the fun part to try to figure out. No, it's not. It's not fun at all.
No, unfortunately, it really isn't right now. So we're going to clarify this.
Whee!
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's always great when he says that.
The King of Swords, also Libra, by the way. But in this case, you look at that picture.
See, we were just talking about a nice king before.
A nice king before. This is not a nice king.
Not really.
No. Well, because you can see the king here is about to be serviced as the concubine is spreading his legs. Oh, and where's the queen? She's right here at the door, looking in, kind of going, "Oh no, not again."
Getting just straight Catherine of Aragon vibes.
What was that?
I'm just getting straight Catherine of Aragon vibes from her.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So right now, I don't know if your question really refers to some potential relationship specifically, but right now the cards are kind of saying, though the little hairs are standing up on the back of your neck for a reason. Are you being overly conscious or cautious rather? Apparently, no, you're not.
But is this something that perhaps can be discussed and moved through?
Right.
No, that's another question.
Because after all, this is infidelity. Now, it's also a metaphor. I'm not basically saying that you are the poor queen here, but you might be. But the thing is, this is definitely something where communication has to now take its toll. And frankly, be bloody honest.
Yeah, I think one of the weird silver linings that you get post-trauma is you kind of, in a lot of ways, you stop beating around the bush.
Yeah. Because also the thing is, if you're being lied to, I think you're going to know.
That's also, our lie detectors are...
Yeah, your bullshit meter has been pretty thoroughly
But you also do want to
used.
make sure that it is actually the lie detector and not the hypervigilance meter, because those are two very different things. So.
She says there's trauma on both sides, but not from each other, from others.
I think that's like also other trauma outside of that, if I was understanding that correctly.
Okay.
Which I might not be, but I think that was how my brain interpreted that. So,
you're definitely not overreacting.
I honestly don't think that there is much that humans overreact to. Because I've kind of learned that just because like you have a big reaction to something, or I have a big reaction to something, and you don't understand why I reacted that way, does not mean your lack of understanding doesn't mean it was an overreaction.
True. Do you want to do a little commercial real quick? So,
Oh yes,
since
Marianne's
Marianne's asking for the contact information,
yes.
throw it up on the screen.
Boopity-doopity-doo.
So we actually have these things already made for us.
So here is the website one. This is our website. Also on our website, you can find our list of in-person events. So if you would like to actually come and get an in-person reading as opposed to one online or over the phone, we literally have this whole list of everywhere we're gonna be. You can also follow our Facebook page, our Instagram, and we are going to be at the Maine Ren Fair this weekend.
This weekend, the next 3 weekends, we have got stuff to do.
Yes, we do.
Maine Ren Fair for the next 2 weekends, and then the third weekend, the first weekend of August, we are going to be back in Vermont, assuming it's not flooded out again. And we're going to be doing the Vermont Psychic Expo.
Yeah.
I was going to say, who's Albert Bundy?
No clue. Don't care. But so, Marianne, I don't know like what part of Canada you're in, but if you're close to Vermont at all, there are a lot of Vermont events that we do that folks from Canada come down and participate in.
Yeah, we're going to be in Essex Junction, so
Yes,
that's not that far.
So,
all right, so we have 2 left, Janine and Maya. Janine, you are up next, and we will close out with Maya. So if you are still around at this point, you've been listening to us all evening. You've heard.
Here is Janine. Everybody is coming prepared.
Oh, she wants Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows, deck number 11. Will I emerge from the physical illness, anxiety, and despair? Hi, chronically ill, disabled. Let's chat. Oh, every test. I just had an upper end endoscopy like a couple months ago. I can't keep food down. Hey, I feel like we're really bonding.
Oh boy.
And I totally understand the feeling alone and isolated. Believe me, being sick is one of the most isolating things. Wands.
I know. I'm just like going.
So the Dark Shadows deck is actually in French. He has to check the French.
So every now and then, am I reading that? Because especially when upside down French is a little bit of an issue for me.
And also, some of the Roman numerals are not actually written correctly.
Yeah, that's another thing. We're going, what the hell? That's not even.
No, that's a 6.
Okay.
That's how you do 6.
All right.
No, so the one that kills me is they keep when they do 4, they do I, and I'm like, no, that is not how you write 4. But anyway. So emerging from the physical illness, anxiety, and despair.
So we have Judgment.
A cacophony of noise right now that's getting you nothing.
Judgment, the reverse Queen of Wands, the reverse 6 of Swords.
Excuse me. Okay, sorry. No, I just needed that one immediately.
You needed a clarifier.
Yeah.
And you got the regular facing 7 of Swords. Thank God.
No, Wands. That's
Wands. Excuse me. Yes.
Here, move them all. You can get them
all
on camera
sorry.
if you do the. Yeah, there you go.
Well, thank God for progressions.
Okay, so with the clarifier, short answer, yes, you will emerge from it.
It doesn't seem
longer answer.
It doesn't seem like you're going to initially. You're getting really kind of frustrated.
That's
the short term.
Yeah, no, the short term is more frustration. This is a longer term because so the way that I'm sort of viewing this, especially from my own experience as being a disabled, chronically ill human being, the the card judgment right now is really kind of representing all these people doing all a cacophony of nothing. Nothing that they're doing right now is helping you. And I bet, let me guess, are they telling you good news? Things came back normal. It's not good news. There's something wrong and we want to know what it is. Moving into the inverted Queen of Wands, which is you, and you have no energy right now. It's understandable. Did you know that physical illness is fatiguing? Who'da thunk?
Queen of Wands, another Leo card, by the way.
It's my Leo card.
I know. We've had Leo coming up a little bit now, so. But you're upside down Leo, and the fact of you're supposed to have all that great energy, and now you're just.
And we don't. Oh my God! For me right now, I'm in a very hardcore fatigue flare because of the humidity. It's been. Y'all, please be proud of me that I've stayed awake for this entire live stream. But then moving into the Six of Swords, hated that, which is why I needed the clarifier, because 6 is the number of confusion, swords is the brain. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, good. So the people that paying to think about this still don't know anything. Nope, I don't like that. We need a clarifier.
And we go from the 6 to 7.
And 7 is the number of resolution.
And we're back to Wands, which means the
getting
fire,
the energy back.
The energy is finally bloody returning.
But yeah, you gotta. This is not soon.
Yeah,
but nothing in the medical world happens fast. 0 things in the medical world happen fast.
So the thing is, the quick answer is, yeah, you'll definitely come out of this. However, if you're looking at it, will you come out of this in the short term? No. The cards are saying you're going to have to basically just stumble on a little further. And frankly, that third card, the 6 of Swords, is that in this case, it's using some of your own brain power to kind of like going, okay, we can keep it going just a little longer, Which is what I'm doing right now. It's hard. And GI issues are some of the most exhausting. I don't know exactly what some of your symptoms are, but for me, I literally like food. I have a very restricted diet at the moment, and a lot of it is liquid. Ask Dad how much yogurt I brought here today. Actually, I didn't see how much you brought.
I ate half of what I brought. So I brought a lot of yogurt because that's one of the few things that are like my safe food now. Fish is also a safe food, like the easily digestible things. Yeah, no, I know you want to feel better soon. Please, singing the song of my people. And yeah, no, I totally get your gut is at war. And this is one of the hardest things because this can make everything so much worse in the interim while everyone's dragging their feet trying to figure out what's wrong with you. Because also, hold on, I'm gonna just look at you for a minute. Oh yeah, so you are a young femme presenting person. So naturally, they're not going to take you seriously, because us femme people, we don't know anything about our own bodies.
Especially you young people too. You don't know. This is the prime time of your life. You shouldn't be sick like us old farts. Therefore.
You're right. You know what? You're right. I shouldn't be, but I am.
Well, we don't believe you. You just want to have some attention.
Oh, you're so good at that impression.
I know.
It makes me want to hate you.
Well, the thing is, do you think I'm doing this just to be funny?
No.
I know people who are like this. I've experienced this bullshit before, so.
Hi, I'm people that have experienced that.
Oh, yeah, you too. So, yes, exactly.
But yeah, no. So, long term, yes. Short term, no. And also, if you want to message us at all, I will just give you helpful tidbits because there's a lot that I use for my abdominal pain, cramping, bloating. There are things that I have learned that I'm like, oh, this is good. Stay away from that. All that fun stuff. So, because yeah, also,
has it gone through food allergies?
Do you know that I don't have any?
That's their thing. Everything. Oh, you must have a brand new food allergy. You weren't allergic to something before, but you are now.
Oh no, that's actually not what they really want my thing to be a certain thing, but it's not that.
Oh boy. They're trying to fit their square peg of a diagnosis into your round hole.
Yeah, because essentially because I smoke medical marijuanas for my chronic pain, they're like, oh, well, that's what's causing the problem, because apparently it can, in some people, cause long-term issues with GI stuff.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know that I've had this GI issue since I was born, and were you giving me medical marijuana in my bottle? See, so I don't think it's that.
No, we were giving you cocaine, actually.
God, no wonder I was so high strung. Yeah, I will totally add you as a friend. Honestly, if you want to like go through Angela's friend list, I am on there, and you can just add me if you want to. I am Red Angelique.
Alrighty.
And now, Maya, are you still here?
If you're still here, Maya, we will finish out the evening with you. And again, thank you for being patient.
Yes, everybody's been so patient and lovely. And you want to know what? This is the first time all the pre-books showed up.
Well, because we didn't have that many.
But they all came. It was great. Ah, Maya. Dragon, please. Number 12. Come to where you hate your job, physically draining and soul-sucking, been doing own biz for a while, psychic medium, want to step into this full-time. Hi. So we mostly get paid to do this. So honestly, great question to ask us.
Well, I put it this way: we can definitely help you with that in that regard. So
yes, less from a psychic perspective, as in looking in the cards, and more just so this is
psychic
what we've
business
been doing.
Perspective, because we've been doing this now for 8 years, something like that. Now something like that.
2014. How many? 2014 was our first official year. That was our
2014. No, it was 2015.
No, 2014, because we did my college thing. That was the first ever outing. That was our experimental Fafnir and Spawn outing.
Oh yeah, when I was still a restaurateur.
Yeah. So yeah, 7.
So I'll try not to be biased.
Nope.
Well, if it was 14, it'd maybe 9.
9. I can't math.
This is exactly why I'm the engineer.
Yes, it is. And it's also why you're the one that does the palm readings. Apparently you're better at palm readings if you have a slightly more math-oriented brain. That's not me.
I do the numerology too.
Yep. It's not. I am not.
That is a connection.
I am not the numbers person.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of me being the more of the dragon, and you being more of the empath. I mean, this is one of the reasons why we work together.
This is why I do the energy work.
Bingo.
Oh, you did Salem with Dad last year.
Oh, yes.
I did Salem one year. It was not my environment.
It's not for everybody.
Well, also, I think I picked it. I also think I picked a bad time because I was still in recovery from surgery while trying to do it.
Well, that's right. Didn't you pass a kidney stone during one of your shifts at the Omen?
Yes, and they tried to not let me go to the hospital. But anyway, so again, love this as a progression.
So we have the Fool, the upside down 9 of Cups, and then the 5 of Cups. All right, so turn this around so you can see the picture. Now, as a numerologist, I always love the Fool. Why is Michelle going with WTF?
I think about my Omen comment.
Oh. As a numerologist, I love 0, just because it's the only truly unique number in the universe from a numerologist point of view. If you do numerology readings, what you wind up doing is you wind up condensing things, but you would take numbers and you convert letters to numbers, and you add everything up, and then you start reducing them down by adding the various digits together. So like say you have 123, 1, 2, 3 makes 6. So ultimately you can reduce any number or series of numbers into a single digit. That's the numerology wheel that we work on, which is a 1 through 9. Every number fits into that except 0. So when you have 0, you have the ultimate number of free will. You are the circle, which is outside the standard circle. As you see here, this dragon is just that. He's sitting on a game board, checkerboard, chessboard, whatever, dressed as a fool. The 4 cards, the aces, are above him. This dragon can essentially do whatever the hell he wants to do. Because when you think about it, what was the fool? When the fool was actually an actual job back in medieval Renaissance times.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, you want to tell this part of the story?
Yeah, because I'm the one that told you this part.
I know. Go for it.
So, hi, I'm a little bit of a history nerd. Also his fault. But yeah, no, back when the fool was a job in a court, you have to be smart to be a fool because you have to do political commentary to the political head of state who can murder you if he wants. So you had to be actually very, very, very good at your job in order to do that. And actually, a really well documented fool, Will Summers, who was the fool of Henry VIII, there's actual documentation from people who figured out just exactly how good Will was at getting Henry to go from angry to laughing, which for that king is fucking saying something.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, people perceive the fool to be
Stupid,
but they were multi-talented.
And that's their greatest asset. Because by being perceived as stupid, like, you're not going to chop my head off. I'm just a stupid person that doesn't know what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm a fool.
Well, essentially, the fool is the smartest person in the room who's smart enough not to let anybody else know it.
Bingo. And this is also in Shakespeare. The fool is always the smartest character. The fool is constantly having asides with the audience going, I know what's up, and you know what's up, but none of these bozos know what's up. And and do you see the way they're talking down to me?
And they call me a fool.
Mm-hmm. So, and especially, so I think this card is a little bit reflecting like what you said about your voice in your head saying you're never going to make enough to survive. This card for me is also a screw the haters because, again, this is about your life moving forward. You are the only one that needs to live with the decisions moving forward. Yeah, you can make enough.
There are plenty of people who do. Now, I'll grant you, as you probably already know, there's lots of competition out there. There's lots of us, quote, psychics. And of course, the psychic means different. People use that word differently. I kind of use it more as the whole kind of a catch-all. And because from a commercial marketing perspective, people actually know what the hell that is. When I say numerologist, people go,
nobody knows what that
goes, what?
Yeah.
If I say palm reader, yeah, okay, tarot. But psychic kind of like it's the catch-all. Some people know what a medium is. Others kind of go, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Medium. It's smaller than a large, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so moving into the center one. So yeah, toxic workplace, fish out of water card makes sense.
And then the last one.
You can do it. Look at you moving away from that lightning storm, swimming away from it towards the calmer, safer shore on the other side.
The 5 of Cups is the card of swimming away from toxicity.
Yep. Which we like that for you.
And of course, the fish out of water card, congratulations, you're a fish out of the water. So am I. So is Red.
Hi.
You know, welcome to our world. Actually, what am I saying? You're already in our world. You know what it's like.
There are people that call us circus people in an attempt to insult us, but that's not an insult to us. We are circus people. We are carnies. We are rennies. We're weird, and we like it.
Well, the thing is, we've been called carnies in Salem.
Yeah. By
other readers, just because we offer. I mean, everyone offers something different, and the idea is, and And that's the thing is, especially if you're familiar with Salem because you've been there, so you know that part of the Salem gig is the commercial shtick behind it. You have to basically have a proper way of marketing yourself to draw attention to yourself that basically makes you look different from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And know that not everyone is going to like that persona that you have adopted. You know, you've seen my persona at Salem. That works for a lot of people. It also turns a lot of people away too.
But honestly, that's why we have those personas, because I'm sorry, I don't want to read someone that I don't connect with.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want a reading from me and my weird energy, and I don't want their and I don't want to try to read their energy because I don't understand it.
So the idea is that those three cards all say something which is very, very straightforward. The fact of is that if you feel the calling to do this, do it. Now, does that mean necessarily quitting your job right now? Probably not, because the thing is that there is that whole capitalism thing of can you make enough to make ends meet?
But start building yourself up.
We've been doing this now for 9 years. And I can tell you that, yeah, the first,
we're maybe just starting to crest the top of the hill. Maybe
it's taken a while, but the idea is that, you know, we are officially a business, have to report ourselves, our income to the IRS every year and pay taxes. Well, I do it because.
Well, you do. I'm just here for funsies.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, it's all in my name. So the tax crap all has to go through me. Big deal. But the idea is that, yeah, I mean, for the initial few years, we lost money based on the IRS. We've been profitable every year since. And every year it's been getting better. You know, to the point where the fact is, yes, eventually I plan on shedding my engineering career for this.
And we now have a reputation. People know.
That's the whole point, is that it just, you know, you have to basically just go out and do things and be things and figure out what you actually like to do, who you like to work with, what you don't like to do, who you don't want to work with, what you're willing to put up with, and what you're not willing to put up with. That's the one thing is that, you know, when I first started out this, I took every little gig I could find because I wanted the experience. And I really wasn't too concerned about the actual dollars at that point. It was just getting the name out.
Mm-hmm.
And then through that, I learned that there were a whole series of people, organizers, events. So I really, really wanted to do more of. And others said, hey, I've done this one. That's nice. Nope, I'm not coming back for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because if you just look at the various amount of events that are around there, there's like something going on every weekend.
Yep.
But you can't do them all. But yeah, there's certain things that we definitely hone into. But we're missing out on an awful lot of events that theoretically we could probably get into if we wanted to.
But also we don't want, because also realistically, this is his retirement plan. For me, as a disabled, chronically ill person, I will never be able to do as much as he can, ever. And I have to, you know, come to terms with that. And I pretty much have at this point. Like we backed off our schedule of events this year specifically because I asked, because I was like, I can't, I cannot physically hack this schedule anymore.
Yeah, I'm on a couple of the hotlines too, by the way. I get very little from them. It is what it is. I mean, they're nice to have every now and then. I'll get a phone call, but you know, I can count on. I mean, one of the hotlines I can count on one hand how many calls I get per year. It's not much.
Yeah.
Live events are big. You know, doing things like this, live streams are bigger than those hotlines, in my opinion. And also, the whole point is diversify. The thing is like what we're doing right now. In addition to actually just going in places doing readings, we teach classes now. You know, so the thing is that there's more to this. There's so much more to do. And of course, other people, they write books. Mm-hmm. They do seminars. They give talks. You know, so it all depends upon what your what your strength is. You know, since one of your predominant things is you're a spirit medium. That's one of the things which I don't do. You could get hooked up and do galleries.
Mm-hmm.
By
That-
yourself or with another medium, and you could basically rent a room in a restaurant and sell it out and do a mediumship gallery for a few hours and walk away and pocket several $1,000s. That's not a bad take for a few hours worth of work. So
No, and it's also really interesting to see like how people operate around holidays too, because Halloween's totally like psychic Christmas, but Christmas time in and of itself also isn't that slow either.
Christmas and New Year's.
And then also there's Valentine's, because everybody wants couples readings because Valentine's. So there are ways to do it.
There are definitely ways to do that. So,
well, guess what?
We can chat more about the business stuff later if you'd like to. But yeah, so we're
done.
We are done. We are done.
Thank you so much, everybody who came tonight, and we will see you next time.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes. August should be pretty much back to our regularly scheduled, because we have less going on.
A regularly scheduled confusion
than we did last month or this month. June and July are just kind of.
Summer does that.
Yep. So, thank you all for coming so much.
Yes, after all, because if you guys weren't out there, we wouldn't be doing this. Started 3 years during COVID, and we are still going. Every now and then, like last month, we miss a month, but
you guys forgive us.
Exactly. So until next time, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.